son be represented, that Drew be represented, that he be part of this hearing, because everything that has happened and everything that has torn our family and his children and our friends and co-workers, it's important that he be represented, not just the one who did it, not just the person that's standing in there in the jumpsuit and looking all pitiful. He needs to know what we've lost, what kind of bright light they snuffed out. And I've carried this since we walked here today, and then when we walked into the courtroom, I had it in front. I didn't hide it. I had it at shoulder level. No one said anything before. The guards didn't say anything. It was only after the outburst of the person that was in the yellow shirt that he suddenly decided that it was inappropriate as well and decided to put us out. And I argued back with him, which I know judges have a hard time. I know they go through things that we can't even imagine on a daily basis, and I have respect for that. But at the same time, I feel like part of what he needs to see is he needs to see my son. He needs to see the family and the friends that are still heartbroken over this. The children that are not going to have their dad. He needs to understand, and the courtroom and everybody else needs to see that we're not going to forget him and we're not going to let this go lightly. And I don't want false sympathy to be garnered by somebody who is currently incarcerated for something as horrible as what they've done. I don't care for me. If he wants to put cuffs on me, I don't care. I care about this and this trial and my son and my son's children and the void that is going to be in all of our lives. He said that my son was found on the 26th of May. Do you know what kind of a birthday? We always celebrate Drew's birthday on the 16th of May. Mother's Day, God forbid, Mother's Day was before that. Do you know what I did on my Mother's Day? I was slogging around in a swamp trying to find a body because somebody did not want to share custody of a child. Somebody did not want to look out for their son because somebody was selfish. There was a lot of people who, God love them, came out and walked those swamps with us. There's a lot of people who offered a hug and prayed for us. And I can't tell you how much those prayers meant. Because we're just, the sun is just not shining. You know, he was full of mischief and full of mirth. And his biggest thing was to get family together, have a cookout, cut up, laugh. That was him. And that spark now has been taken away. So we're trying to fill that gap and do things that we know that he would want us to do. We have been telling them from the beginning that she had something to do with it. We've been telling him from the beginning that we felt like it was more than two people. Everybody wanted to tell us, especially after she started putting out the false trails, that, oh, well, that's not him. You just don't know him. That was a secret life. You just don't know what he was up to. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We know him. Family and friends knew him. People that worked with him knew him. We know that he would never stay out without calling or texting me. He lived with me. We knew that something was wrong. And when they started lying, we knew they were lying. To be honest with you, it's like a wound that has been ripped open again. This loss is never going to be healed over completely. That every time we go through the courtroom, every time we have to continue, because we will be there for him whenever they go through this, it's like you rip the scab off again and you cut it a little deeper, or you throw salt on it, or, you know, let's just throw alcohol on it and let it burn all over again. There's not going to be closure until this is completely over, and hopefully, prayerfully, with the result that we want. Every mother knows what that result is.